Hey guys, this is the Marcus Allen Frishman show. He's Marcus Allen Frishman and I'm not.
I'm Marcus Allen Frishman and none of you are.
How was your week? How was your week?
Well, it was another fabulous week. It's cooled down in Los Angeles. Next week, we're going to have some storms here, significant rainfall that will make the Philippines look like a drizzle, because when we get rain in Los Angeles, it goes on for hours at a time and days at a time. That's what's coming next week.
Now, today, I wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Oh, I was just going to say, today I'm wearing black tea. It's a fairly new cologne that I bought, but it's fabulous. It's out of Murdoch of London. It's fabulous. I'm using my my Parker Big Red pen. It's a I might say a ballpoint, not a traditional fountain pen as usual. And I am wearing one of 3 ball watches that I own. People know I have a collection, give or take, of 100 watches, many luxury brands, but I like non-luxury brands. I like independents. And today is the ball. And I think this is called the Engineer something or other. I'm forgetting. I have 2 others, 2 different models, and it's all titanium. The bracelet had to be purchased by Ball afterwards because this watch actually was served as some sort of special edition on a rubber bracelet.
Mr. Frishman, I want to make an announcement to you, okay?
Make an announcement.
I like to gauge your reaction, so I don't tell you pre-show, but I like to talk to you.
Well, let me get on my poker face.
Okay, so you know, in the last couple of months since we've been doing the show, I sold off a big chunk of my collection.
Yes. Sadly, that was a move that made things financially better for you.
Well, I got to talk to you about this. The reason I did this was that I basically, after I had a terrible burglary and then I stocked up again, I borrowed money to stock up. And yes, in the past, when I stocked up, it brought in revenue, but the whole environment's changed. So I thought, you know what?
Oh, that's right.
I will sell some things off. So I originally, when I bought my fancy car, I always said to myself, if things go bad, I will sell some watches off to pay it off. And that's what I basically did. So I have actually, Math, I am desperately trying to get rid of consumer debt. I want to get rid of consumer debt. Okay, Math, that's the...
I had consumer debt once, Archie, in 1991, 1990, in my year of graduating college. I haven't had any significant debt since.
What I want to tell you is this.
Yes.
I didn't tell you this at the time, but I am turning 53. It's the 12th. I'm turning 53 on the 23rd of October.
Oh, well, happy birthday to Archie. We'll have to have a party.
Yes, that's a Thursday. And I am actually... Okay, so I am actually, what I want to do is from this age now. So at the moment, I got a condo, which has a mortgage on it, which is rented out. The rent basically pays the mortgage. And I got a home loan on my house, which I've actually put money back in there. I just got to survive until my wife turns 60, because once she turns 60, we can use some of her retirement without penalty to pay the house off. Okay, that's what we want to do, okay? Now, I am seriously looking at living overseas in Asia next year, okay?
Oh, you mean permanently or most of the time or what?
Yes.
And then renting out your home?
What I'm actually looking at having like a couple. I'm trying to find the perfect location. Okay, so I trialed it a couple months ago in Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Macau, which my base, I stay with people there who actually had an apartment right on the border. They're basically in walking distance. They have a most very, very convenient apartment. It's basically you cross over the border. And just let me grab this super chat. Swinging Kangaroo, $5. Hello, Archie. How are you? I hope you're well. Same old, I'm guessing. But hey, what can I say? Is this your new time? No, this is a Saturday night slot where I have Marcus Allen Frishman. So I do this show every week with Marcus Allen Frishman. He's an eccentric American. We both have a love of luxury and Asia.
And we talk
lifestyle. Let me say this. I trialed it in Shenzhen, right?
Right.
And there's some limitations and there's some good things, okay? There's good and bad, right?
What are the bad things, Archie?
The internet isn't the greatest. But okay, let me say this. I'm thinking of trialing 2 weeks in Bangkok, Thailand, to see whether that could be the destination to spend. I want to spend 3 months next year just staying in one spot. Now, I've got a list of places I'm going to try. I want to try Japan. I want to try Malaysia. I want to try Bangkok, and I want to try Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Shenzhen. And the truth is, I love Hong Kong, but it's so expensive. But I stay with this couple. They basically let me stay for free because they're bored. Okay, they're actually very generous to me, but it's got some strings attached to it. They're a bit controlling at times.
I don't think Hong Kong is a good place to be long term, Archie.
Hong Kong is too expensive. I can't afford it. Okay,
it's too expensive.
But Shenzhen, I get free rent.
There's an angle to visit it, but is it really a place to live?
Well, I want to go to Bangkok next month. Okay.
Why isn't the Philippines on the list? You've never been to the Philippines.
I'm scared of the Philippines.
Why?
I am. I just scared of the Philippines.
Well, first of all, they speak English. When you land, you're one drive away from your hotel, and I will put you in a small, inexpensive hotel. You'll be directed to a place that I know is good and cheap. So, I'm thinking right now the Rembrandt Hotel. Take a look at it on the internet. The Rembrandt Hotel, like the artist. And it's owned by a congressman. I used to stay there when I had meetings on the other side of town when I was living at the Etsa Shangri-La Hotel for 3 months a year for 5 years because I didn't like early morning wake-ups or traffic. So I would just get that hotel room. They have lovely food, which is not what I can say for most of the 5-star hotels in the Philippines, which dedicate themselves to Filipino-style food. This place has a little spa on the top floor. It's centrally located. It's called the Rembrandt. It's a simple place, but it should be relatively cheap. Take a look. I haven't seen it lately.
Okay, I'm having a look there. It looks quite nice.
It's a let's see. Oh yeah, Rembrandt Hotel, Philippines. And it's let's see if I can find it. There it is. I wonder what the rates are nowadays. And they're flexible in their rates. When you say you're an American, you want to come to visit, they'll be flexible with you.
I see.
Hotel Rembrandt. Oh, I keep getting the group reservation sites instead of their site. Where is that? Oh, it's on Facebook too. I'm not following it, huh? Looks like they've it looks like they've redecorated it. My God, looks good. Oh yeah, it looks fabulous. And I wasn't aware even of the ballroom they created. I wonder how they did that. Food is good. And you know, Archie, everyone speaks English in the Philippines, and there's just so much in Manila, everything but a beach. There's really no beach location in Manila, despite it's an island. You have to go quite far to experience a nice beach. I mean, in a 2-hour, 3-hour drive. But I think you should give it a go, because I think you will be very surprised. The price point is way less than Hong Kong. Maybe you can make it competitive to Bangkok if you know how to do it. And
super chat. We got a super chat from Chief Tit, $8. Greetings, Frishman. Lovely to see you. Love the Magnum T-shirt, Magnum PI T-shirt today. Need the moustache and a 308 GTS Ferrari to complete the look, and a GMT Master too. Now the good news is, Chief Tit, he's got a solid gold Rolex and a red Porsche. You got a 911 now, is that right?
911. And I always wear my trademark white T-shirt and white ankle socks every day, except, of course, when I'm in a suit and I don't wear the white socks. But that's my trademark look.
Very, very cool look there indeed.
A gentleman should always be in a T-shirt. Now, Archie is in a T-shirt, and whether he puts a shirt over it or not is another matter, I guess. And we're discussing Archie's future trip to the Philippines. And the beauty of the Philippines, Archie, is you have me. I'm going to be able to get you a driver if you don't want to take the taxis at a very low cost. I'm going to be able to keep you safe there. You know, you have to have some sort of budget, but I assure you that budget is not going to be larger than you're used to in Bangkok.
Yes. Very, very cool.
And with any luck, you'll leave Manila and go to Boracay. And there are great values in Boracay, although it's now the rainy season. So it will be cheap. They call it the rainy season. In my opinion, they have two seasons in the Philippines. They have summer and winter, and the winter begins. I find the weather to be good after February or March up to May or June, meaning less humid, much less rain, much less humidity, and then the rest of the year it's humid and more rain. It's always warm. It's always warm.
Tell me this. I want to ask you something. Okay, so I am looking at I actually sold off a lot of my stuff to reduce my consumer debt so that I could actually semi-retire overseas. I'm thinking about getting rid of the car, not because I don't love the car, but because you
won't need it. You won't need
100% right. I won't need it. That's exactly it. And what do you think, Marcus?
Well, I don't think you should make any decision without going to the Philippines. And I think as much as you're driven to go to Hong Kong because it's cheap and you have a friend there, I don't think that should be on the list. I mean, we're talking, and of course, Singapore is the place to be, but it's like living in expense-wise, it's like living in New York City. So I think you have to be practical about this. I think you have to look at the budget and the lifestyle and decide if it's going to be Thailand or if it's going to be Philippines. And if Philippines not even on your list, which is shocking.
Yes. Do you really think Philippines is that great?
Yes. Yes, particularly because now Manila is very different than any other place in the Philippines because it's very Americanized. Not because there are a lot of Americans there, because they like to go to Cebu and Palawan and these these luxury resort locations, but because it is the Filipino people that created it that way. When you're in Manila, you're amongst Filipinos. When you'll be staying at the Rembrandt Hotel, there won't be a lot of foreigners there. You're going to be with Filipinos and maybe Chinese or Korean businessmen. So that's a lovely situation there. It really is. In Manila.
We've got another super chat here from Chief Tit, $3. You must visit Corregidor Island if you go unique. Where is that? Corridor Island.
Let me take a look. I am, I go to the same places after being, I thought, everywhere over the years. So I kind of know what I like, but I'm looking it up. I've heard of it. I know it, but I don't remember it. And let's see if I've ever been there. Corridor Island. Let me see where it is on the map, first of all. Okay, there it is. Oh, okay. It looks like it's in Luzon. Is that right? It's in Luzon? Yeah, it is. It's part of Luzon. Considered part of Cavite City. All right. So I'm sorry to say I haven't been here, and it's really, how could it be part of Cavite City? It's considered part of Cavite City, the province of Cavite. Well, you can drive to Cavite from Manila. I mean, it's not far. My hairstylist lives there, and he drives into Manila every day to give people haircuts. And I've been to Cavite a few times. There's a lovely mall there. What's it? I'm forgetting the name of it. All right. Well, it's an island.
What's Cebu like? Have you been to Cebu?
Yeah, I have once. There's too many. Well, it's not my style. People love it. It's the world destination. If you go to the Philippines, top of the list is Cebu and Palawan, the most beautiful places in the world, really. But I felt there were too many foreigners, too many smokers, too many drinkers, too many bad girls. It's not my style. I like the island of Boracay, which caters to rich and poor Asians, not rich foreigners, which Palawan and Cebu cater to. So that's my thoughts on that. And it's funny, I'm looking at the map. So that's you can actually get to Corregidor Island, or however it's pronounced, by driving. But I think a boat would be easier. Wish we knew more about this location. That your viewer is recommending. City of Cavite falls under the jurisdiction of Cavite, which is right in Manila. Well, all right, we'll take his word for it.
That's a very good point there,
Yeah, I don't know that location. I thought I did. I do not.
So tell me this. We got another super chat here. Chief Tit, $15. It's a frozen in time World War II battlefield of the U.S. Army base. It's exactly as if the battle took place yesterday. It's where MacArthur left and said, "I will return."
I post a picture of MacArthur walking with his big pipe, and me. I post a picture next to him with my Diet Coke and my big straw, and we do it in black and white on every time I leave the Philippines. It's a trademark picture I do of MacArthur and myself. They love MacArthur in the Philippines. They have a coin that I was awarded as a gift by the Office of the President at the National Bank in a ceremony. That is a golden MacArthur coin. I don't think I know it's
Well,
not
they
real
gave you
gold.
one.
Yeah, it's not real gold. It's plated, but it's a.
That's not the point.
Yeah, they gave it to me at this little ceremony at the where the hell was it? It was issued by the national wasn't the National Bank, by the whoever's in charge of the bank in the Philippines, the national, what's it called? Yeah, it's not really the bank. It's the government. Yeah, it's the government entity, but I can't find
it. The mint.
It's equivalent. Yeah, it's equivalent to that, but I forget what they call it now. I'm going to see Mint of Philippines. What the hell? Oh, MINT, Mint of Philippines. Let's see what they call it. Oh, the Central Bank. Of course, that's what it's called. Banco Central Philippines. Yes. Yeah, all right. So the Central Bank.
I have to go there to pick up some cash on the way to the hotel.
Well, I remember it was the Central Bank president that invited me by virtue of my being honored by the president of the Philippines. And when I got there, they had a little ceremony, and then they allowed me to go to the this room to buy things, and then they
if you could set up a dinner date with Imelda Marcos, I would definitely go.
Well, she would do lunch, and she is probably ill at this point. Not leaving.
I always liked her, you know.
I will make contact with her when I go back, but I think our lunch days are over from what I've read.
I would like to go with you to the Philippines. You know that?
Oh, yeah, when I'm there. Right.
Yes, that's what I would like. When do you plan on going?
I have a ticket, Archie, but I really have decided, at least temporarily, to have no plans to return. And of course, I lived there 3 to 4 months a year from 2003 to 2021. And when COVID hit and I broke with my girlfriend at the time of 4 years, I came back to America and was reunited with an old girlfriend. And essentially, I've never gone to the Philippines single except for my first trip in 2003. So I thought, I have no reason to return, despite the fact I have a condo there. My client bought me another condo. We just sold it last month, and the client and I, and I own my own condo there, which I'm thinking of selling and buying another one somewhere else.
Is this a nasty comment? I want you to have a look at this.
Okay, so there's truth to what he says, except for the dirt road stuff. There's not a dirt road in Manila, my friend. I've never seen a dirt road, and I've been everywhere. But there are dirt roads all over the Philippines, not Manila. Remember, Manila has about 120 million people in Greater Manila. Okay, that's a lot of people. That's a big place. Although they're packed into it. Not a lot of dirt roads there. Shit food. Guess what? He's right. Now, he is a minority. People love Filipino food. When I got to the Philippines, of course, I was at the Etsa Shangri-La Hotel for 5 years. It is considered the best hotel in Asia, let alone the Philippines. I suppose the only thing that comes close would be the Peninsula Hotel in Makati in the Philippines. There are several Shangri-Las. I was living at Etsa. Room 852 was dedicated to me on my 3 to 4 month stays. And of course, I had long staying rates, so it would cost me way less than the normal, whatever it was, 18 to 21,000 pesos per night at the time. But the food in the Philippines, if there's any Filipinos listening, they won't understand it. They won't accept it. They're going to get angry. It's terrible at every level. In fact, the food is so bad in the Philippines, I can't even eat the American food in a Filipino restaurant. Okay? I eat American corporate restaurants, Chili's, Fridays, TGIF Fridays, Applebee's, the Pancake House, Taco Bell, KFC, There are some independent Filipino restaurants that really are run by foreigners that cater to Americans and cook real American food, buying meat and things from Australia. Australia is a primary provider of meat, Western type foods to the Philippines, but they cook it all wrong. And there's a few things you can never get good. Nothing, anywhere, at any price point. And I'll give you an example. Bread. Now, I don't know why the Filipino bread is terrible. Maybe they don't use yeast. Somebody told me there's an ingredient they don't use. In all breads, restaurant, bakeries, supermarkets, terrible, which goes to pizza. That's why the pizzas are all bad. Bread. Oh, God. Butter. It's okay, but I don't know what they're using. Sour cream. Even the American restaurants that have to rely on sour cream, they don't import it. They use the local sour cream. It's a little strange. Now, the one thing that I like that is truly Filipino is they have something called Philippine cheese. It's white. Most places use it. Even Taco Bell, when they run out of supply, uses Philippine cheese. It's white. It's like a cheddar. It's mild. It's very tasty, but it is.
Could I bring something up and I get you to comment on this? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So I just want to share something with our viewers here. Okay. So this is from Facebook. Okay. I'm on a group called Sexy Japanese Girls. Okay.
Okay. They are.
And
sexy.
I just want to show you. Okay. I want to show you this guy here. He says, I need a wife, but I'm poor. I'm here in the Philippines. What chance has he got of finding a wealthy Japanese lady?
Oh, I see. He's a Filipino man who's poor and wants a Japanese woman. This is very complex and out of my specialty. I have no clue if he has a chance or not, frankly.
Have you got a bigger chance of winning the $50 billion jackpot?
Well, let's see. Well, he must have something going for him. I like to think of it positive.
He's got a pulse.
He's got a pulse. He's got, he doesn't have bad skin.
Does he look poor?
Well, it's hard to say. You can tell something. He is sitting in front of a wall that clearly has body wear on it. It's likely living in a shanty behind him.
I see.
You can judge a Filipino's wealth by background pictures and things. Japanese women are very interesting to me, but I don't know enough about them. They have a great sense of fashion.
We got a super chat from Chief Tit, $8. The old parts of Manila look a bit Mediterranean because of the Spanish period. Bit like old Macau before casinos. Arch would like it. Wow.
Yes, well, there aren't many old parts. The old parts are limited, and in Manila, it's a very small part of Greater Manila. But yes, and they have schools around there, and the immigration office, the chief immigration office, is there. So Archie would have to visit it if he was there more than 30 days. They do everything in person in the Philippines, and so yeah, and there are beautiful Mediterranean buildings and churches spread around the Philippines, but those aren't the upscale areas. None of them.
I see. That can be a very interesting point there you've just raised.
But I go down to that area he's talking about, at least the one in Manila, because I have to go to the immigration office. There's a rule: if you in the Philippines more than 30 days, you must get a visa extension. I'm escorted in and out very quickly because of my contacts, but typically you could be there an hour or two. I understand. And you have to wear pants. You can't wear shorts. They have little dress rules to get into the immigration office. And most Americans head down there and are turned away because they're wearing shorts. It's the one place I have to put on a pair of pants to go to unless I'm invited to a gathering. The beauty of the Philippines, my social life in America is limited. When I say social life, I'm talking about events, not interpersonal relations. My life in America, since I'm no longer an active political career appointed official, I don't go to openings and I don't go to corporate events and I don't go to cocktail parties. But in the Philippines, I do. And I'm on the list. So I get invited to all the openings, and the corporations there are big on physical parties, and they're all the American corporations. So I'm on that list and I get invited to these gatherings, and there's many organizations, and I go to those as well. And they're fun. They really are. You have to dress up. I put on an American suit. I don't wear a Philippine barong like so many Americans try to fake their absorption of the Philippine culture. I don't do that.
You haven't been to Thailand, have you? You've never been to Thailand.
I've had several trips planned to Thailand, and each time I've never gone. Because
what happened?
I didn't want to each time, and I have several places in Asia. I've actually had tickets and plans and various. I didn't want to go alone, and my girlfriend couldn't get at the time, whatever one it was, couldn't get enough time off to go, and I wasn't going to go to Thailand or the Maldives or wherever for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. I like to go on long vacations, 2 weeks. So when I'm taking vacations in the Philippines, I take a vacation within the vacation, but I always go to Boracay, the island of Boracay. I love it there. And then my girlfriend can fly in and fly out, and I just stay there because I'll stay there a long time.
Yes.
I love Boracay.
Yes.
I really think it's a wonderful place. And I like to go usually in April or May, best weather. It does have crowds, but I'm okay with crowds because I know how to move around. I was honorary mayor of Boracay in 2010, which was very strange.
Yes. I had a friend who was recently looking for a Filipino. He sent me. Can I read you? I've done some homework for you. I want you to answer this, okay? So he's actually going to Manila and Cebu. He's gone on some dating sites. He has been inundated, okay? Apparently, anybody with a pulse is inundated, okay? Yes. Now, this is what he said. I'll just read you what he said. He said, I want to find somebody who is self-sufficient, who does not drain me financially. I want to semi-retire in the Philippines, but I also want to I want to semi-retire in the Philippines and cut my expenses compared to the US. Okay. So he's talking to this lady. He goes, everything is so rushed. I think the best thing is I will arrive in Manila and I'll arrange to see you. I will still be working whilst I'm in the Philippines. And she's come back to him. If you think I will cause you trouble or bother you, you can find a woman who has a job and money, because I already told you that I am not rich. I am self-sufficient and I do not bother anybody. But if you think I will be a burden to you, you can look for another woman. What does that mean? Is she sort of saying to him, fuck off? What's she saying? I don't get it.
No, that's no. Just the opposite, Archie. You cannot judge her through an American lens or a Western lens. If we did, you'd have to dispense with that woman in the New York Minute. But let me tell you about what she just said. Can you repeat it? Repeat her language.
If you think I will cause you trouble or bother you, you can find a woman who has a job and money, because I already told you that I'm not rich.
She's essentially saying she is self-sufficient and she's not going to take money from him. She's not asking him for money. She's not asking for the new cell phone. She's not telling him about a sick baby. It's all the things that she just didn't say in there. I think that unless there's a bigger picture, I think that statement is reassuring to any man that wants to meet her, because she, while poor, has respect for herself and is not going to be a beggar leech woman like many of the women there who are so desperate. They really will focus on your wealth and your money. And yes, again, unlike a Western woman, it could lead to love, notwithstanding the fact that she is picking your pocket. But I advise not to entertain that crowd. I don't think she's part of that crowd. But one caveat, my preference is to not be part of the poor in the Philippines in almost any way. It's better to hang with the wealthy, and with 4.5% of Manila, the entire Philippine population, which is Manila, 4.5% being super rich, equivalent to the American 1%, you can find them in Manila. Very easy to do, and it's just a different crowd. But I don't think he has too much to worry about with that woman, because they don't hesitate in the Philippines to ask you to buy them stuff, give them money, the poor, that is, and 80% are poor. It's because of their culture. They even have a word called pasalubong. Pasalubong means, essentially, where's my gift? Since you're coming from traveling, bring me something. Okay?
Yes.
Pasalubong. So even the rich expect a gift from you if you return from a vacation. So it's really
hence you've never returned.
Very much in their culture to have their hand out. It is their nature. It shouldn't be. Don't overreact to it. But in my case, I try to avoid it. Because on the downside, if you date a poor woman who has her hand out, you will be funding her family endeavors. I'm not saying that cavalier. I'll say it twice. You will be funding it. Her father will have a blood pressure medication need. Her phone will break and won't communicate with you. She needs a new cell phone. And why? Because she gave her last one you bought her to her friend. Here's a good story. I had a bodyguard named Rainier. Great man. He may watch our show from time to time, and he's still my friend. And I had two bodyguards. Rainier is my longtime guy that still sticks around from the old days. And I bought him a long time ago. When I first met him, I bought him a pair of shoes. Why? Because he was poor and he wanted shoes. He needed shoes. He, by the way, was the bodyguard of the Mayor Belmonte, who became the Speaker of the Philippines, House Speaker. That's how I met him. And Rainier, I won't say his last name. Rainier needed shoes. It was obvious. And he asked me straight out, boss, can I get some shoes? Now, I was very taken back by that. I mean, who asks for something in America? But I was learning the Philippines. It's very common. I bought him shoes. And then a few weeks went by and we're driving around, walking around, whatever it is. And I said, hey, I've noticed you haven't worn the shoes. Are they okay? He picked them out. I mean, I brought them into a store. And he said, yes, boss, but I gave them to my brother. And I said, Rainier, why would you do that? And he said, my brother needed them more than I did. I have these terrible shoes. He has no shoes, essentially was the answer. I'm summarizing. I said, Rainier, if I ever give you a gift and you give it, lend it, or borrow it to your mother, I'm never going to give you another gift again. Now, he was taken back by that, but that's the American way. You don't share a gift. So I bought him a watch once, and I said, now, this watch will be the last gift you ever see if you share it, lend it, or let anyone touch it. And that's how I felt, and he abided by that. And I've had to deal with that even amongst wealthy or middle class even women that I've dated, because they will be very inclined to share stuff with friends and people, and just, because they're less fortunate. The Philippine culture does that.
We've got a super chat here. David Paris, €5 super sticker. Thank you so much there. And I've got to tell you something. That's an interesting story. Their perspective is so different.
And in the Philippines, somebody's talking about shoe repair. The reason they don't do shoe repair in the Philippines, and it is known for repairing everything. I mean, the one thing they do in the Philippines is repair stuff. We replace it. We throw it out. They repair it. Now, cell phone repair is one of the biggest businesses. They repair those. Use cell phones is a thing in the Philippines, not in America. There's virtually no market for stuff like that. But Marikina, right outside Manila, or part of Greater Manila, is the second largest producer of shoes in the world, next to China. And Kohan shoes, the famous brand, they're out of Manila. So in Manila, if you go and buy a local brand of shoes, you can do it very cheaply. If you buy a designer brand of shoes like Kohan, it's very expensive, even though they're made in Manila.
What an interesting story.
Yeah. Kohan shoes are more expensive in Manila than they are in America. I can get this standard Tucker Venetian shoe that I wear for years in the United States for $59 to $79. In the Philippines, it's $160 in any Kohan store. Luxury goods in the Philippines are very, very expensive. Triple, quadruple, 10 times the price of an American. So when you're in the Philippines, there are things you cannot think are going to be cheaper. Luxury goods, cars are very expensive. Used cars, old cars, expensive.
Jeepneys. They have jeepneys.
I've never driven in a jeepney, but they are not expensive. That's because taxis are not expensive. Private full-time drivers are not expensive. And I do both. Uber is not expensive. Yeah. I mean, dirt cheap.
Yes.
Yeah. The electric bill is my single largest bill in the Philippines. And it would amount to being about $300 a month.
$300
to run the 2 air conditioners in one unit. 300, not a little more occasionally. That's about 13,000 pesos, as I remember. That's a lot of money. 13,000 pesos in the Philippines. I mean, where would I singly spend 13,000 pesos on a luxury hotel? Maybe. Yeah, no, it's hard to spend 13,000 pesos.
You enjoy your time overseas, don't you? You greatly like it.
I do because, well, first of all, I've always had a relationship from the very start of my first forced trips to the Philippines as a government official, being required to go for 5 years and then developing my own life. But I like it because I consider it a vacation, at least the final, after the first 5 years. And I love being at the beach. I love being in the sun. I love eating food and socializing. I love going to parties. And in the Philippines, everyone is very kind. There's this thing called Family Day. It's Sunday. And if you know people in the Philippines, they'll invite you to their home. I try to avoid the food, but they always have Diet Coke for me, so I'm good to go.
Diet Coke, yes.
There's always
Diet Coke the best thing to drink? You don't want to drink the water, do you?
Well, nobody I know drinks Philippine water. They all drink bottled water.
You will die?
I don't know. All I know is you don't even rinse your dishes in it. I mean, you just, if you have dishes.
Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So bottled water is so cheap. It's available for everybody. The poor, they go get big jugs of bottled water. I don't know anyone drinking faucet water. In America, you can drink faucet water, nothing wrong with it, but not in the Philippines. And it's an easy place to live. It's easier if you like Filipino food, because if you like Filipino food, there's something called street food. Now, that's the same kind of food you might find in a restaurant, Philippine restaurant, but now we're talking, well, I'll give you some numbers. 15 pesos, 20 pesos for a meal, 50 pesos for a meal, 80 pesos for a meal, instead of, I'll throw out the American number, 700 to 1,200 pesos a meal. Okay. So, and then the in-between would be the Philippine restaurants that might charge 100 to 300 pesos a meal. Okay. And you can do the conversion rate yourself. It's pretty good right now. The dollar is very, the dollar.
Chris F, $5 has sent a super sticker. Thank you, Chris F, for your support. That's a very interesting comment that you've sent there.
You know, I see someone talking about shoes. Florsheim shoes. My mother always bought me Florsheim shoes when I was a kid. That's what I wore. Florsheim shoes, yeah. I wear generally Kohans now, and because I'm a man of comfort. I like comfort shoes. Kohans, Rockports. Even my dress shoes are no longer the high-end brand shoes. I'll wear a dress wingtip Rockport shoe that has a comfort sole in it. I don't find the need to have hard leather soles even when I'm in a full suit anymore. The technology of shoes are just fabulous.
Yes. Philippines makes a lot of shoes, don't they?
Yep. Marikina. It's I got a tour and I met the mayor of Marikina in my day. She honored me with a big scroll and some other gift, as I remember. And then she took me, or her assistant did, I can't remember if she came, to meet all the corporate owners of all the shoe manufacturers. And then I got a shoe deal. I put together a shoe deal. But in the end, again, I'm not a businessman. I'm not going to be making shoes or investing in shoes. I just put together the deal as a consultant. But in the end, China outbid Philippines, and I made no money on that wasted time, because the buyer, the company went to China and then put a deal through, because they had a contract with Walmart. And they had to do samples for Walmart.
How much cheaper was China than the Philippines? That's amazing.
About if I remember the numbers, maybe per shoe, I'm trying to remember, $2, $1.50, something.
Oh, so China was. How does China be so much cheaper than the Philippines?
Well, because they have true slave labor, I guess. I don't know, but I do know they have essentially, at the time that I did this deal, the shoe market in China may have been larger than the Philippines. The Philippines had all the major big American brands and some of the European brands. I'm not sure who China was making shoes for, but because I don't know enough about but I do know I lost putting that deal together, and it was for a friend of mine that had the shoe company. I mean, he really would have done it in the Philippines, because I said, hey, don't do it with China. Let me go to the Philippines. Give me a piece of the action. Let me put the deal together. And here was what broke the deal, I think. Also, there was another component, Archie. There's a corruption component in the Philippines that may not exist in China. And these owners of these companies in Marikina, they wanted money from me to make a better price on the deal. And I'm not a businessman. I'm a career political appointee. I make money as a consultant. I get paid to advise, to do nothing, to be successful, unsuccessful. So I'm not prepared to also There are American laws that prohibit bribery in the Philippines, and they're very low threshold amounts. So I was not prepared to give them anything. I said, you're going to make money on the deal, and I'll happily take you out to a nice steak dinner. That's how I roll. And that was the other component. I couldn't get the best price because I wouldn't pay the bribes. Ridiculous. And they lost the deal. The Philippines, from my observation, because I've been in the room on many deals, I'll use the word short-sighted. They don't think anything long-term. They think about now, immediate, getting the numbers, and that's why I think they blew that deal.
We've got another super chat. Black Cat 997, $5. Here in Vegas, there is a big Filipino population. I live near a Filipino grocery store right next to Walmart. What cuisine do you recommend?
Philippine. I think this guy came in late. I don't recommend anything that is Filipino, except the Filipino cheese, which is one generic kind of cheese called Filipino cheese. There is nothing good. I got to tell you that, first of all their pastries are way too sweet. They throw too much sugar in it. I just can't eat Filipino food. I can't eat American food in the Philippines. And the guy that threw away the guy that just bought a pair of Alan Edmonds shoes, I'll tell you, I had a beautiful pair. Guess what I just did with them yesterday? Threw them out. I'm going
What's
through
that?
Alan Edmonds shoes. I see somebody has commented that they've spent $900 on an Alan Edmonds.
Yes, Yankee Doodle, $5. I just bought a pair off Alan Edmonds Reserve for $900. Love them. Have a nice leather shoe with a high polish.
I could go down right now to my trash can that doesn't get taken out till Tuesday and pull it out. I threw away my like new Alan Edmonds shoes that I bought, 10 years ago.
Why don't you give them to somebody?
Oh, I have no time for that. You don't know how hard it is to give things away here. In the Philippines, I can give things away. I cannot here. It just gets trashed. It's just terrible. I'm clearing out my closets. I'm throwing everything away. It's a new thing. Lighter is better. And Alan Edmond had to go. And also my Ferragamos. I threw away my Ferragamos. They're in the trash can below. I did it yesterday.
It's terrible. Don't do that. Get them back out.
Archie, I have new shoes. I have an independent brand that made me some custom shoes that I like, and I have the I have my Kohans and my Rockport dress shoes. I'm and they're more comfortable. I can't wear a hard sole Alan Edmonds anymore. Those days are over. Daly City, Daly City is I'm looking at some of the messages, the comments. Daly City, I've never been there. I've passed through there. A lot of Filipinos in Daly City, California. And I have a friend that lives there that's Filipino. She came from the Philippines.
Yes. Very interesting story there. When are you going back? Are you going back at all?
I have a ticket, as I've told you. I bought it during the COVID, so it was unexpirable, and I even paid extra for the unexpirable in case they changed it, the COVID unexpired policy. So it's fully protected. It was $4,600. It's business class, and it gets renewed every March. It is always set for the first Sunday in March. Traveling to the Philippines, I like to arrive on Sunday. That means I have to leave on Saturday or late Friday to get there on Sunday, depending upon what plane I'm traveling. And the ticket is with ANA Airlines. I find ANA Airlines to be the best. I used to always travel Philippine Airlines, and then I learned better.
So amazing there. Mr. Frishman, it has been a great show. We have had so much fun today. Unfortunately, we couldn't get our friend,
Edith,
your friend, on.
Well, we should check to see if Edith answered the text before we close. Wait. No, that's my dinner. Oh, she did.
Oh, what did she say?
Wait, I get okay, so I don't have an exact time for this. At about 6:30 my time, that's when we began the show. She says, "Oh God Almighty, can you read it?"
I get it off an hour. Are you there then?
I guess not. So we'll have to do it another time. She's working, and she probably is getting off right about now. Why are we having a picture problem? There we go. So Archie, I'm Marcus Allen Frishman. You're not, and we're on to next week, and maybe with a more structured format as always.
Yes. That's amazing.
We caught up on all the super chats.
We've got a couple here. Let's catch up on these here. Mark David Davis. Kindness does not cost anything. There you go.
Warby Parker are my glasses. Somebody likes my glasses. I have 2 working pairs and 1 sunglass. They are prescription reading glasses. I only need them to read, not distance. But I learned a few years ago when I had to get glasses late in life, I learned that you keep them on all the time or you'll lose them. I lost a very expensive pair, and my eye doctor said, never take off your reading glasses. Okay. And so I don't. They go on in the morning and they stay on all day.
Yes.
Warby Parker. They'll send you 5 glasses in the mail, 5 or 6. You get to pick which one you like. Then you send them all back but the one you like. Or you mark the one you like and send it back, and they'll do the lenses for you. And they have brick and mortar prescription facilities, so you can get a doctor to examine you at the Warby Parker shop, or use your own prescription and just buy them online. Warby Parker. And they're cheap. We're talking $80 for the frames. Lenses are another story.
Super chatters, we had Yankee Doodle, Mark Davis Paris, Yankee Doodle, Black Cat 997, Chris F, Mark David Paris, Chief Tit, Swinging Kangaroo. Guys, we had all the people today. Thank you so much.
Archie, it's an honor serving here, and I will see you next week, 6:30 Pacific time.
Yes, sir. I'd love to see you. Guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a great show. We will be back next week. We've got 1 more super chats come in here. We've got Yankee Doodle, $5. Math, your glasses are very stylish. What brand? You just answered that.
Warby Parker. Yes, I did. He was the one who asked.
And we've got Naked Onion Mystery Tours, a podcast for women.
That's Edith.
Does Marcus get pedicures?
That is Edith. And Edith, well, in the Philippines, I get pedicures once a week. It's more than a pedicure. It's a full foot spa, and it's done in my home. And it costs me, well, the real price is about 150 pesos. I believe I pay her 600 pesos. And in America, no, I do it myself. I have a foot soak. I use Epsom salts, and I use tea tree oil, which is antifungal. And then I use some special lotion. I do it once a week myself. My nails in the Philippines, I get done once a week. And I used to get them done once a week here, but I have slacked off. And that is Edith, the Naked Onion Mystery Tours podcast woman. So thank you for that, Edith. You missed the show because you're working, but she's a high-paid, very qualified RN, and she has to go save people.
Wow. There we go, guys. Okay, guys, that's the show. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much, Marcus, for coming on. We love these. These shows are doing really well. Thank you.
See you later.
Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.